Hey, what's happening, guys? Dan Darrow here with another Options and Play video update. So I want to thank those of you that stuck around for last night's option session. Uh, as usual, really appreciate all of like the input, the interaction. I just feel like it's like a um, great opportunity just to go over all sorts of different things, like what's going on in the market, different option ideas. Last night we spent of a lot of time going over like earnings, like how this quarter is setting up to be quite a bit different. So a lot going on. One of the things that I didn't talk about actually, and I had it marked down, and it was just so busy that I didn't get to it, was I wanted to really highlight this GDX pattern. All right, and gold, definitely probably more the more attention grabber. It you know it has been acting better. It's a little bit off its high, but still overall pretty solid performance year to date. I mean that's coming after like a pretty solid move last year, right? And what was interesting about GLD, so when I start to kind of like put these together, you'll see what I mean. So GLD, right? When we were trading this last year, what we were looking at was like this big break of like this long-term channel, right? So when GLD finally got through like the 130 area, right, it triggered like this really material monster, like almost like 7 to 8 year resistance range, and it led to like a really fast move higher, right? Now, GX, so the gold miners, you would think would follow suit. And they did in the sense that they did start to rally at that point of the year, but they didn't have like the same setup that GLD did. They were lagging. So now the GDX, you can see what I mean, is now setting up for a very similar pattern to what GLD was in like the late summer of last year. So when GLD crossed 130 and really took off, now that corresponding level for GDX is about 30 to 31, right? And you can see it just like a very clean, clear, obvious level of resistance with, I mean, go back further, you can see that there's plenty of room to run higher, right? Now, what's interesting about it is obviously it's a big level, but prior to this, right, it's had a couple runs at it over like the last like 7 to 8 months, hit it, rolled over, right? Hit it, rolled over, and now what you'll notice is that hit it, pulled back, but starting to form like a quick week and a half base above 30, right? So very interesting, very encouraging. To me, it's like a very encouraging bullish development. Now you're starting to get the rising moving average support, right? And if that can kind of maintain this higher pattern, you're really looking at what could be like a material 7 to 8 year breakout, right? And for me, um, as because I'm option focused, what's great about that is that a lot of times I find that options are can be most mispriced around setups like this, right? When something is working on like a multi-year breakout or breakdown, right, where it could really have like an explosive move. Option prices tend to me, like not reflect that, right? So especially like a name like a GDX, which isn't like a specific stock, it won't necessarily carry like a catalyst premium like individual name around earnings, right? So you're not necessarily going to get like the same type of pricing differentials like month to month around earnings. So right now, I'm looking at this, options like a month out, 2 months out, and I'm saying like if this does go, you're probably looking at a material, explosive move higher and option pricing. So like the May options, they're looking, they're looking for maybe like the May straddle right now is pricing in about say about 4 points, right? So about 12.5 to 13%. And while that might seem like a lot, I mean, when you put it into the context of this long-term pattern, right? I mean, odds are, at least in my opinion, if the GDX is going to break 7 to 8 year resistance, it's going to move a lot more than 10%, right? I'd be looking for possibly double that or even like triple that. I mean, just using GLD as an example, right? When it broke, when it broke 130, you had a fast excuse me, you had basically a fast 15%, and then like basically another month later you had another 15% on top of that. So it was almost like a 30% move. It was almost like a 30% move in a matter of a couple months or a few months, right? So to me, again, this is something like it's setting up similar to what GLD was last year, and the GDX has been lagging. And I think it's something that's worth keeping an eye on. And I wanted to highlight it last night, but didn't get around to it. Had a lot of other things we went over, so I just wanted to put that on your radar. Take a look. Let me know what you think. Right. So if you like these videos and you're looking for more information on options education, or if you're looking for option trade ideas, especially around earnings season, you're gonna have a lot of option trades on earnings. Please follow up with the link in the description of the video for more information on options in play. Hope you guys have a safe night. Hope you have a healthy night, and I will talk to you all tomorrow.